Looks like we have Rachel, we have Mona, and myself, so we do have a quorum. Was there anybody else we're expecting for voting members?
I haven't heard of any board members not attending, and I don't believe we have anyone appearing for our agenda item. So I think
Okay,
we're good to go.
beautiful. Then we will call to order the Board of Health meeting for the 4th of February. The first thing we have on our agenda is review of the minutes from last meeting. If everybody had a chance to review, and I know Mona, you weren't here, but you do have the ability to vote to accept if, unless you had any comments or questions.
Sure. I just had a couple of things, couple of comments. Under Conservation Commission, um, there was like a Conservation Commission request for comment Pine Street culvert replacement. Is that it says right underneath the Board of Health reviewed a letter requesting a septic variance submitted by Zenith's consulting engineers for 3 Heidi Street. Is that the same? It's totally different, right? It shouldn't be there, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think that's part of that.
Did you
All
guys
right.
review, the variance?
Oh,
But then
I
that
see
should
it
be
right now.
separate,
So
right?
Pine
Yeah.
Street
So we
Culvert.
should have gone right into the document
Yeah,
exhibits. So that sentence above looks like that's a holdover from a
Okay, so
prior
we'll make
minutes.
revisions to that.
Okay.
okay. And, what else? Under documents and exhibits for the same motion, um, I'm not sure, but under motion, for the request for comment Pine Street, it says under document and exhibits that the town of Walpole proposes to replace and upgrade the culvert. Did we have to mention it in our motion, and that has nothing to do with us? That's the town.
Exactly. That was the town. It was replacing a aging and needing repair culvert. So it's the only reason it is because it
Okay,
is obviously it's a waterway, it's a wetland. So, but we had no additional comments other than what they're proposing for the work.
okay. And one last thing, under the request for comment 397 Elm Street, if we go under documents and exhibits, like the seventh line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's where it says, the Board of Health last saw this project at its January 8th, 2025 meeting, voted, doesn't make any sense. And then it says the board voted unanimously that the board approves the plan. Should we remove that voted after meeting?
Okay, perfect. We'll make those changes.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I had,
Thank you, Mona. Great
I
catches.
think. But I I wasn't even here, but
That's why we have
okay.
new sets of eyes on it every time. That's great. Thank you. Any other
Cool.
comments, questions? Then we'll entertain a motion regarding the minutes of January 21st.
Can I entertain the motion even though I wasn't present?
You definitely can, yes. Anyone can vote on the meeting minutes. It's just a matter of comfort level if you choose to, if you weren't present.
Okay, I'll make a motion in regards to the minutes from the, January 21st, 2025 Board of Health meeting. The Board of Health approved the minutes as amended.
Great.
I can
Motion been made. Do we hear a seconded?
I can second that.
Thank you, Rachel. Motion been made and seconded. Any other questions or comments? Then we'll vote. Start with you, Rachel.
Aye.
And Mona?
Aye.
And I also. So we'll call that a 3-0-0. Meeting minutes are accepted as amended.
Hey, Rich, this is Stefan. I just want to let you know I'm here.
Oh, hey, Stefan. All right. We got the minutes approved. We'll grab you in the next one if that's okay.
That's good.
Thanks for coming. All right, next on our agenda is the one and only meeting minutes or a topic that we have. I just lost it.
I can share my screen. So this is the Quail Run subdivision on Washington Street. So we did see this last meeting from the Conservation Commission. So then this is now we're seeing it from the Planning Board as a definitive subdivision. So just as kind of a reminder, definitive subdivision, the board does need to include in their motion whether they agree or disagree or deny the plan. Or sorry, approve or deny the plan. However, kind of jumping back a couple of weeks to the conversation we had with John Glossa, should the board choose to deny a plan, a definitive subdivision, we do have to state in writing why, and it does need to be pertaining to the health department. So if it was going to be on septic and the soil wasn't suitable, that could be grounds for denial, things like that. So the board does need to include that in their motion. Then just as a refresher, this is a definitive subdivision, the creation of 3 lots, 2 new single-family dwellings within an existing dwelling staying. The construction also includes a proposed roadway with associated grading, utilities, and stormwater management. The house will be served by town sewer and town water. There's nothing on the plan indicating that this is located within the 100-foot buffer zone. We saw it from Concom last week last meeting, for a land disturbance permit, which is a certain acreage of land that's disturbed, not necessarily a wetlands concern. And the health department just recommends that adequate street lighting is provided for safety. Here's
And
the
uh, and
plan.
on this one, there was still isn't a determination if it's going to be a private road or do we know what that if it just think about the trash, is the trash coming here to the curb or are they going to be picking up? Do we know those details yet?
That's a good question. I didn't see that in this application. Um, so it could be something to note should it be a private road,
Okay.
with the trash. They do have the sidewalks on this side over here. And then here's the dwellings, and this is going to be the new cul-de-sac off of Washington Street.
Great. Any comments, questions from anybody? All right. Does anybody want to entertain a motion?
I can make a motion in regards to the Quail Run subdivision. 1263, 1271 Washington Street. The Board of Health has no specific concerns at this time, but would like to recommend adequate street lighting to be provided for safety.
Great. Do you mind if we also just make a mention about the trash and depending on whether it's a private or public road, trash management needs to be included in their approach.
Sure.
Great. Thank you. Any other questions? Do we hear a second?
I
Oh.
can second.
Motion made and seconded. Any other discussions, questions, concerns? Then we'll vote. Start with Stefan.
Aye.
And then we have Mona.
Aye.
And then we have Rachel.
Aye.
And I also. So 400. Comments are posted with recommendations. So that was, we approved, or we have to approve that? Is that what it said? Okay.
Correct.
It's not comments, it's approval. Gotcha. All right. Anything else? that the
That's
board-
all. It's a very quick agenda tonight. I don't have anything or any new updates. Our next meeting will be on February 18th, if that works for everyone.
That
Yep.
should work. All right. If then next meeting the 18th, if there's nothing else for the board, then I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
And then we'll vote. Mona,
Aye.
and then we'll have Rachel,
Aye.
Stefan,
Aye.
And I also. So meeting has been closed 7:40. Seems pretty. It's a record there.
Yeah.
Thanks all.
Bye, everyone. Take care. Have a good
Thank
rest of the
you.
week.
Bye.
Valentine's.
You too.
Yes.
Yep.